everybody. Welcome to Ed America with me, Hasna, one of the guys here in Ed America. If you're new here and have no idea what Ed America is, Ed America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide. Again, we'll never get tired of informing you that we are open for visitors every day. So come visit us at Ed America Jakarta to enjoy our events and also our facilities, obviously for free. Today, we will start our first week of GED test preparation, reasoning through language arts, and we will discuss about reading comprehension. This event will be regularly scheduled every week, so make sure you stay updated with our upcoming sessions as well. But we spice things up with a little social media. False, GED stands for Graduate Equivalency Degree. You might type in your answer at any time during the session. The lucky one who can guess the answer correctly will get a live shout out from us by the end of this event. In this episode, we will be hearing an introduction regarding to Education USA, first from our speaker, and then will be followed by the presentation from our facilitator. As usual, we will also have a Q&A session later, so feel free to submit your questions through the Zoom chat box sections or at our other social media platforms. And now, allow me to introduce our facilitator, a GED qualified instructor, Zakaria, and also our speaker for today's session at America's very own Education USA, Christina. Without further ado, please give a warm welcome to our speaker, Christina. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Christina. I am one of the advisors from Education USA at America. Let me pull the slide real quick. Okay, so we are a part of US Department of State Network atau bahasa Indonesianya lembaga resmi di bawah Kementerian Luar Negeri Amerika Serikat. We currently have more than 400 international student advising centers in more than 173 countries. What we do is to offer accurate, comprehensive, current, and unbiased information in the United States. We have thousands of universities in the USA for you to choose from. We specifically help anyone who wants to study in the United States. In Indonesia, we have 6 centers and 7 advisors. In Jakarta itself, we have 2. One in US Embassy and the other one is here at America with Santika and I. We also have centers in other cities, as you can see on the screen. And if you are not based in Jakarta, feel free to reach one of these advisors that is closer to your location by going to calendly.com/educationusa-Indonesia. As for at America advisors, we have our own Calendly link, which I will share it to you later. Okay. Education USA has the resources you need in your 5 steps to US study. Step 1 is to research your option, meaning you need to find out which major and universities are the right fit for you. We are not able to give you the name of the universities because everyone has different needs. We are not allowed to direct you to certain directions. If we cannot give you an answer, we will try to guide you on where to find the answer. And step 2, how are you going to finance your studies? What options are available out there for you? We can talk about scholarship in general, but the advisors are the one who has to search and apply for the scholarships. Step 3, completing your application. This is where we are focusing the most. Advisors, Education USA advisors can help you in reviewing your CV, essays, and resume for US university applications. Step 4, once you get your letter of acceptance, we can help you by giving the. But please note that you have to be the one who's applying for the visa. We cannot help you, we cannot register it for you, so you have to do it by yourself. Step 5 is preparing for your departure. This is actually a part of our yearly event. If you have completed all previous steps, you will be invited to our event. But if you have not completed the 4 previous events and you are interested to join, you are more than welcome to. Our events are always free and open for everyone. So this is how you can schedule an advising session with Education USA at America. Simply go to this link, calendly.com/educationusa at America, or you can scan the QR code here. If you have not found a date that works for you, please check in periodically. The Calendly schedule will always open for the next 14 days, so there will be a new date and slots open up every day. If you would like to take a picture or take a screenshot, please go ahead. And I will change the slide in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so before the GED class starts, I would like to give you a brief explanation about GED. And you are currently attending the first part of the GED test prep. So what is GED? GED stands for General Education Development Test. This test is equivalent to a secondary school subject mastery, meaning this test is an alternative to a high school diploma. If you already have a high school diploma, taking this test is not for you. GED consists of 4 subject tests: reasoning through language arts, social studies, science, and math. In order to get the certification, you need to pass all 4 subjects. Should you take a GED test? Yes, if you are at least 16 years old. If you do not have access to your high school credentials, if you have not completed high school yet, high school equivalency credential accepted by US colleges and employers. What will this class prepare me for? To take a GED RLA test, to improve understanding of English grammar, to learn the tips and tricks of studying for the test on your own. And if you attend 12 of the 16 classes, you will earn an official GED practice test voucher, and it's valid for 1 year. All right, good luck with your GED prep course. I will give the stage to Mr. Zach.
Yes, hello, hi everyone. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you're fine, doing well. And I'm going to share my screen and welcome you all to the GED class. Okay, to make it official, hello and welcome everyone to the GED prep class by At America. And as you know, GED is really important, and as Christina pointed out, having this diploma will open up a lot of doors for you and make things easier, just to put it simply. Anyway, so GED program, as Christina mentioned, is actually has 4 tests, and RLA is one of them. We are going to pay for that. And in the GED program that we have here, there will be 16 sessions. And in these 16 sessions, we're going to talk about reading comprehension only. And as you know, reading comprehension basically means, reading to understand. So the sessions, as was told to you, will be held twice a week on Thursdays and Saturdays at 3 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. The platforms that we will use during this prep class are Notion. Notion is basically a website. What you do is you just go there and you have access to everything. Later on, I'll share my screen with you, so you have a better idea of what I'm talking about. The next one is Mintmirror or Kahoot. Probably not Kahoot, mostly Mintmirror. It will be used for interactive activities. If you have not heard about Notion or Mint Mirror, you can just Google them and find out about them. And the last one, which I'm sure you have heard about, is Google Forms. We are going to use Google Forms for quizzes, for tests, for self-assessments, and we'll have examples of using Mintmir and Google Forms today, later on. For the next one, what we do, okay, I think I'm going to share my screen for not this one. Un momento. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go to Notion's page. By the way, I think I'm speaking too fast. Maybe I should go slow. Okay, so the Notion page. So the Notion page that we'll go to will be shared with you through chats. Excuse me. Yep. And this is basically Notion's page. This is Notion page. This is the website. When you go to this link is public. Anyone can access it. You don't have to have any account. You don't need a Notion account, although it has PC software and it has the iOS and Android app. Yep. You have the link in chats if you want to have a look at it. Anyway, so what you have here is you have GED prep classes name. Maybe I should drink some more. Sorry, I was feeling really sick yesterday. Okay, so you have GED prep classes name. You have reasoning through language arts. This is the title of the class. And this is an overall info about At America. And in here you have the session timeline. What's really good about this is after the session has ended, what I will do is I will add some info to this, and you will see the status here, which I will choose later on, will be chosen as completed. And for the second session, the status has not started yet, so it will be shown as not started. In here, you will be able to join in the meeting just by clicking it. Just going to this website, and if you're using phones, what you can do is you can simply add them at this website as a home screen website, and it will show and work just like an application. The next one is the YouTube link of At America. And in here, if you come in here, and this is just a talk list. And if you click on this, you have the reading comprehension overview, which is session 1. And also, I will share the external resources like web pages, websites that I find, and I think they are really useful for you. And the next one is you have applications. We'll use applications. I'm not going to use them, of course. I will recommend them to you. You will use applications like Quizlet, Kahoot, and others. And also you have YouTube videos. I find YouTube videos that I think are really useful for your class and your preparation. Excuse me again. Okay, and in here I'll put in just a link so you can download Mintmir on your phone. By the way, if you don't have it, just go to Google Play Store or App Store and just search for Mintmir and you will be fine. Okay, once you downloaded it, you don't have to create any account. You just go to the application and put in the website's code, or just the link. Okay, now let's go back to the presentation. By the way, I really apologize for coughing on off. I'm not feeling that. Okay. Okay, back to the presentation. So far, by the way, if you have any questions, of course, as you have been told, feel free to write them down and we'll definitely get to them and answer them when it's time. Okay, an overall info about the program. The program will be held for 8 weeks, week 1 through 4, as you are seeing here. It has a reading comprehension overview, which is today's session, and also it has reading nonfiction. It has reading nonfiction, which is informational text. Informational text basically means, a text that is based on fact and can be proven. Okay, and then we'll analyze it, and after that, we'll go and read more about fiction tests and language and grammar, and of course, we will have some quizzes, probably self-assessments during the class for the grammar, and also some definitely some reading comprehension quizzes and self-assessments, and also I'll share some resources with you. And in the end, we'll talk about the test-taking strategies. Sorry, everyone again. The general info about the RLA test itself. So, as you know, RLA is basically a fancy way of saying English, okay? So in the RLA test itself, you have reading comprehension, you have grammar, and you have writing. We're not going to focus on the writing section. There is another program for that, academic writing by At America. Tune into that, and you will see and learn how to do the writing part of the GED program. The exam has 3 sections. 3 sections, not meaning, one section is only about reading comprehension, another one is about grammar and writing. 3 sections basically means that you have 2 sections of reading comprehension, mixed with drop-down menus, drop-down questions, and also you will have things like multiple choice questions. You will have drag and drop questions, basically different types of questions. The reading comprehension sections is reading non-fictional texts, as I just told you, basically texts that can be proven, so disproven. We'll analyze them and we'll focus on grammar questions, and we'll read also some poems and also some fiction stories. We'll analyze them, and in the end, some tips for how to take this class, how to succeed in preparing for GED. I have taken all the tests, and I can tell you firsthand that it requires, a lot of, it requires really, really active learning. As you can see, I have circled it here. Maybe I should erase it. Okay. So you have to make sure that you explore the platforms like I said, Notion, Mentimeter, Google Form. They are pretty straightforward. You will be using them later today. And also you have to make sure that you use all the introduced resources. Like let's say if I tell you on Notion website, if you keep visiting it, you'll get updates from At America. And also most of the updates from my side will be posted there. And also you have to be, really brave in asking questions. So if you have any questions, if I'm going too fast and you want to ask anything, please feel free to do so. And do not worry about me being sick. Okay. The next thing that I think this time is for if you have any questions, or if I would like to ask the moderator if we have any questions, and if there is anyone I know who wants to know something, please do let me know. And yes, so there is a question there in chat, how long our classes will be. The classes will be an hour and a half every day that's held. Not every day of the week, of course. Just every Thursday and Saturday. Yep. By the way, does everyone have the difficulty of hearing my voice? Or am I sick? That's why you can't really hear me properly. How about now? Is it better now? Okay. So when you finish the lessons, and if you are ready, of course, you should take the test and you should prepare for it as if you want to take it. And your main intention in joining these classes should be to take the test, pass the GED RLA test, and then go on and take the other 3 tests and get your diploma. There is no maximum age. I mean, there is no limitation. But there is a minimum age requirement, which is 16. You have been told that. So yes, GED, basically, the history of that is it was created to help those who have had gaps in their high school or basically secondary education to get this diploma and go on and study university to continue their higher education. Yep, this is it, I guess. There is no more questions. By the way, this is the Mentimeter code. If you have downloaded the application, this will be shared with you on Notion page, of course. And the Notion page link will be sent to you by America. And if you have any external questions, or if you have any questions that we don't cover here, please feel free to write them down by just going to Mentimeter and writing down this code, and then asking a question. Yep. Fantastic. Thank you, Faisal. For math and science, you have to ask at America. Yes, maybe someone from at America will be able to answer that. And the test will start when you're ready. If you are ready right now, you can just go and schedule your test and take it. If you are ready, let's say in 2 years, you can go in 2 years and take the test. So there is, it's not like it's an online test. Some Brunei universities test center conducts it, and you can just go there. It's certified, and you can take the test. Anyway, let's move on. So in today's session, basically, we'll talk about the self-assessment test. The self-assessment test is the test that you will be taking, and the test will just assess your basically level of English and also in reading comprehension. It will help me assess you, and also it will help me decide on which materials to provide and what to prepare for you. And then what we will have is, talking about reading comprehension, what all the fuss is about, and what we should learn and focus on. And then we'll talk about main idea and supporting details. This is going to be next session probably, because of, I think we will have a lot to cover for reading comprehension. And this is going to happen anyway, which is practicing our learning through Mentimeter quizzes. So this is the self-assessment quiz on Google Forms. You have been I have been asked, is it convenient to share only the link on Notion? No, the link will not be shared only on Notion. Notion will be just a resource for you to use and access all the materials. That will be a kind of, I wish I had something like that. Yes. Anyway. Nope. Not yet. Don't go there. Okay, for this one. I can see that Faisal has sent the Google Forms link. If everyone could please click on the link. And in the meantime, I'll add a timer here on this page, and we'll be able to be done in like. Okay. I think, yes, I think 10 minutes is enough, right? Okay, so now everyone, click on the link, and you have 10 minutes to start and finish the test. Okay, I'm just going to mute myself for the next 10 minutes. If you have any questions, by the way, please do ask them. I'll try to answer those questions as well. Yep, sorry for the mess. You have 5 minutes left. Wow, fantastic, fantastic. Well done, Jasmitha. I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly. Okay, then if one person is done by now, I'm sure the rest of you will be done maybe in a minute or two. Great to know that. Great. 2 people. Maybe I underestimated you. Yeah. Okay, then. If 2 people are done, then I'm sure the rest of you will be done in a minute and a half, probably. Yep. And so far, we have received 20 responses. 21. We have 59 participants, 21 responses. Okay. Let's wait until the timer ends and then we'll talk about it. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, 24. Okay. Less than a minute. Yes, the recording will be available on At America's YouTube channel. You will be able to watch this again and again. Watch me cough again and again. Yeah. Well done, well done. We have 28 responses so far and 20 seconds left. On. 29. Okay. 30. Okay. 30 responses. 31. Keep going. Okay. Okay, this is it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And if you are almost done, okay, maybe like another minute because I'm going to close accepting responses. So guys, don't cheat. Yep. 37. Okay, maybe like until 3:39. Now it's 3:38. Okay, 37. And why is it not reaching 3:39? Seems like this minute. Okay, now it's 3:39 and we have 39 responses. Well done, everyone. And I have closed accepting responses. Oh, it's fine. 6 out of 10 is absolutely fine. You have done really well. Be proud of yourself. This is the first time probably that you are taking a test like that. Well done. And no worries, of course. If you knew how to answer all those questions correctly, and if you know how to answer all reading comprehension questions correctly, then you wouldn't need attending this class. You would just go and take the GED test. And some of you probably are ready. Okay. So now let's go to the next one. Is if you have any questions. We don't have time, unfortunately, to go through the questions, but they were, I assume they were fairly simple. And they were, but by the way, don't worry. Maybe if we have time, we'll go through them later on in the session. But if we don't, do not worry. If you got them wrong, you will get them correctly later on. Okay, so I don't see any question. Let's go to the next one. So what is reading comprehension? If you guys can write in chat, yeah, and you want to express, what is basically reading comprehension? What does it really mean? What do we mean when we say reading comprehension, right? Yes. Yes, is that correct? Yes, go to that Mentimeter link and write in the code and ask your question there, and we'll be able to answer them later on. Okay. So what is reading comprehension? First one is closed reading. What do we mean by closed reading? You can write down here. When we say closed reading, what do we exactly mean, right? So when we say closed reading, we mean that you have to actually engage in the text. When you're reading, I'm writing using this, by the way. So just so you know, I'm not doing this. Okay, you are reading. When you say closed reading, what you do is you actually engage. And my handwriting has gotten worse. You engage with the text. What do we mean by engaging with the text? You do not read just for the sake of reading. You read to understand. You read closely to understand. By the way, sorry for my handwriting. I didn't want to have everything, on PowerPoint. Otherwise, my use would decrease by a lot. Anyway, so you have to engage with the text. You have to read to understand. I'm sure, sometimes what you do is you go, you want to read a book, and what happens is, or you want to read a passage, a news, an article, anything, a poem. What happens is you want to read it closely. You want to be engaged. You want to get engaged with the text. But what happens is you don't understand some of it. You see? And that kind of, basically that makes you uninterested in reading more text, and also that makes you uninterested in reading in general. So what you have to do is you should look for basically what the text is. So you should look for the central idea of the text. Central idea basically means what this text is about. What is this text trying to tell us? Let's say we could have, we could be talking about, let's say, fruits. Fruits is just a noun, right? Or an object. Okay, fruit is just you see fruits, and someone says fruits are, let's say, good for health, right? Okay. This is a struggle. I can't really touch the screen, otherwise the writing gets messed up. Anyway, so fruits are good for health. Okay. If let's say the main idea or the central idea of fruits are good for health is it's this, fruits are good for health. What you have to look for is, okay, is this the author trying to tell us? Is this what the author is writing this passage or this text or whatever? And then what you have to do is you have to read the text as a whole. That is what close reading basically means. So you have to read it as a whole, and you have to understand it. You have to try to understand it, and also, kind of recognize how the text is written. The next one is reading effectively. By reading effectively is what we mean is that you have to read to predict. By the way, sorry for the previous one. If you want to take a screenshot or something, you can definitely watch this later on YouTube. So you don't need to screenshot, right? Okay, so read effectively. What we mean by that is you have to kind of look for keywords. You have to comprehend. You have to understand, just like reading closely. You have to try to predict the way the text unfolds. So if you are reading about someone, if you are reading about someone trying to do something negative, what happens in your mind? You kind of predict, okay, this is what's going to happen next. So that's how you should read every text, every passage. So you read effectively. You do not read just for the sake of reading. You do not just mutter words. You read to comprehend. You read to understand. And when you are reading, you have to pay details to things like, names, like dates. There are some words somewhere, maybe in some passages, you might find, some really important information written in brackets. Okay. And then names, dates, definitely places. You have to look for, the subject of the text. This is not the correct subject. This is basically the main idea of the text. You have to look for the subject of the text. You have to always ask yourself questions like, which I think we'll later on get into. You will always have to, try to say, okay, is this author trying to describe me something? Is this author trying to convince me? You have different types of text structures, also different types of writings. We'll get to them later on in this course. Don't worry. This is just a reading comprehension overview. This is just the first session telling you what to expect. It's not worry if these things don't make any sense right now. It's not necessary to visit Notion right now, no. The Notion website will be used. Sorry, got distracted by a really important question. No, it's not necessary for you to visit Notion right now. There is nothing on Notion right now. On Notion, this is the first session. There is nothing to put there. After this first session, you will have links of, links of these sessions, of the recordings of these sessions, YouTube links, of course. And you will have, external resources. If you have asked a question through Mentimeter that I have not answered in class, I'll maybe, record a Loom video and share it there. Things like that. Notion is, I wish I had something like Notion. I mean, someone should prepare it first. But anyway, it's a really, really great resource to have. Just visit it, and if you don't like it, you don't have to use it. Anyway, so we have to look for the subject of the text. And if the author is telling us something, what is the author trying to say? Is the author kind of proving the point of what he's saying, or what she's saying, or what they are saying? Okay. And also you have to understand the type of the text structure. This is something we talked about. The type could be, could be argumentative. Okay, this is my T. Argumentative could be descriptive, could be compare and contrast, could be, just like it's like narrating something, and also could be, talking about a problem and also a solution. Also, could be talking about sequences. Okay, so what you have is you have argumentative, you have descriptive. By the way, in the GED writing section, what you will do is you will just, read two texts and compare the evidence. Yep, this is my evidence. Compare the okay. Compare the evidence and also write a response. Okay, need to erase that one and write a response. Write a response. And because of the intention of this whole program, this whole test, is to make sure that the students who want to go to university actually have the academic credentials, actually have the academic, the necessary, maybe I should put it this way, the necessary academic knowledge and skills in order to succeed in the college life or in the university studies. Anyway, so you write a response, and writing is something that, as I said, you can follow another session, academic writing, and then succeed in that part. But then when you're comparing and you're contrasting, and when you're kind of deciding which one has more evidence and which one is better supported, that's when you need to know how to read, how to comprehend. Okay. Okay. I don't think I'm missing something. Anyway, so after all that, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Otherwise, okay, I'll just go back to the other one before you read the passage and go to Mentimeter. Okay, if you have any questions, please write them down about reading, about writing. If you need more examples, I could give you more examples. Let's say like reading effectively, what you could do is maybe I should write it down on this page. For reading effectively, what you could do is when you are reading, you could use a pencil. Okay. I can't spell. I'm my teacher. Okay. You should use a what? A pencil. Perfect, just to keep you focused. And you could do that. You could maybe like use highlighters, maybe. Just like this one. You would do like highlight something. And then you say, okay, done. Okay, great. These are the names. One color and just to get you started. And then later on, those names will stand alone. And you will be able to remember them after reading continuously and waiting for the test. By the way, there is something I do want to tell you, that this class might not really provide you the grammatical lessons or the grammar lessons that you might need, might help you. That might help get better at grammar. But if you do need those resources, and if you do need sessions on some grammar topics, and if you are unsure about grammatical mistakes and how to avoid them, please do let me know so I can share resources. And if you have time, we can talk about them. Okay, understanding the type of the text structure. That is that. And now it's time for another quiz. In this quiz, okay, it's still highlighting. Okay, in this quiz, what we will do is, first of all, I have to remove this. Okay, in this quiz, what we will do is just read this passage here. You have it on this Mentimeter link as well. So you just read it here. If you have a computer and if you have a phone, just go to Mentimeter and you will be able to read the passage in the first 2 slides. So go to this Mentimeter link and read this passage. Maybe read this passage first and then go there. It's up to you. I'm not going to say anything. Do however you like. And then as the class goes on, I'll share tips, tricks, and methods with you. So right now, I just want to know how you do it. Thank you, Faisal. Yes, you can see the code in Zoom chat as well. There is no need to link to Mentimeter. If you don't have the application, just go to your browser, either on your phone or computer. Just go to any browser and go to Mentimeter, and you will be able to just enter this code and go to the questions. If you have the application, of course, just open it and enter the code. Yes, the code is 55449046. Okay, I assume you're all sorted. Yeah. Okay then. No, I don't think we need 10 minutes. Maybe 8 minutes, right? Okay, let's go. And good luck. Okay, someone has raised their hand. Who is it? If you have any question, please write it down in the chat or through the Mintmail link. Yes. Yes, thank you, Faisal. Yep. You're a lifesaver. Yep, go to that Mintmail question form and write down your question. I will definitely be able to access them. And if there is enough time, try to answer them. And if not, it's fine. We'll have a session. Yes, it's fine. No, it's completely fine. So the first two slides, as I said, is just to know reading. So the first two slides, there is no question in the first two slides. First two slides is reading, and the third slide, you have the question. The first question is on the third slide. So no is there. Not that many. So in the first one, I think you have 5 questions. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. There is another assessment coming, so don't worry. Why the next slide? Is it not changing? Really? Okay. Are you able to go to the next slide right now? Okay, great. So, okay. Let's go to this one. Okay, answer this. I'll give you maybe a minute. Okay, now it's 4:02. There are, okay, the first question has been answered. Now the next one. How about right now? Are you able to access right now? Right? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, receiving responses. Good. I'm just going to stop this and reset this maybe at 3. Okay. By the way, okay. Let's watch it live, all of us. Okay. Oh, why is it not working? Just a moment, please. Maybe I have to change something here. Okay. This one is done. Okay, good. Good. Now it's this one's done. Okay, great. Are you guys cheating? Nope. Now we're going to go back to this. Seems like you're all just copying others' answers. Now, next slide. Okay. Next slide. Okay. So you have a minute to answer this one. I'll go to the next slide in less than a minute. 5:07. Okay, good. Oh, sorry. Okay, now we'll go to the next slide. Okay. You will stay maybe a minute on each slide. I shouldn't have stopped this time. Maybe I'll just There is a lot of dispute. Okay. Now I'm going to go to next slide in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, this is it. So that was the test. Let's see how everyone did. Okay. Let's go to the first slide. Maybe I should open it somewhere else. Okay, let me know when you see this. So for the first question, if it's about reading, why is it not getting updated? Yep. Okay. So for the first question, if you look at it, so if you read this, let's say you have this on the screen, so there is no need to actually read it again. So let's go to the next one. The first question is based on its use in paragraph 1. It can be understood that honorable belongs to which of the following word groups? And as you can see here, 44% of you have responded, old, ancient, old-fashioned, traditional. Okay, so let's read the first paragraph. So the first paragraph starts with the word clown is sometimes used to label a person as foolish, but being called a clown is not always an insult. The art of clowning is an old, honorable tradition. Okay, so the answer that most of you have given is wrong, because as you can see, they wouldn't actually repeat the same word twice. So honorable in this sentence basically means that when you say not an insult in that sentence, it means could be something opposite of insult. Something, okay, what is the opposite of insult? Respect, right? So when you say respected, admirable, and praised, so that one is, okay, why helpful, beneficial, useful is wrong, because for helpful, beneficial, and useful, you have to have some kind of argument. You have to have some kind of evidence. You have to have some kind of supporting detail in order to say, okay, clown or honorable in this paragraph or in this use case means helpful, right? So you have to have supporting details for that. It doesn't. Okay, so smart, wise, intelligent. Okay, sometimes used to label a person as foolish. But being called a clown is not always an insult. Okay, So smart, wise, intelligent. No, it's an old, smart tradition. Doesn't make any sense, does it? It's an old, respected tradition. It's an old, admirable tradition. It's an old, praised tradition. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one, it says that the author of this passage is most interested in what? The author of this passage, if you look at the whole passage, it talks about clowns, it talks about history, it talks about, the clowns themselves, what they do, what they can do, what they cannot do. And in which paragraph is it? It's paragraph 3. It talks about ancient China and also clowns being able to, make a point, to make really important points through humor and jokes and being funny. Okay, so let's say making people feel better about being called a clown. No, that's not it. It just doesn't make any sense. Explaining why Lucius is a hero. No, that's just a sentence. Okay, so one of the tricks that you can use during any test is that look at the answers, look at the choices, look at the options, and just, erase the ones that you are sure are incorrect. So when I look at this, slide, no, you do not need to do it. I'm just explaining. So, and discussing the role, displaying a culture. Nope, that's not it. Because it doesn't talk about discussing the role of clowns, playing culture, presenting the history of clowns. Okay, making people feel about being called clown. Nope, explaining why you, Caesar. Is a hero. Nope, presenting the history of clowns. If you look at it, okay, these two are really close, and this is something that you always have. You always have options that are really close to one another. So you have to look at the paragraph. You have to look at the first sentence of the paragraph. You have to look at the last sentence of the paragraph. Okay, the last sentence of this paragraph actually weighs in favor of the third option, which is discussing the role clowns play in a culture, which is they make fun, they make people have fun, they make people laugh, they make points for humor, and they are able to do things. Even it says they enjoy freedom of speech that normal people actually do not. Which is, but yeah, they could always say, oh, yeah, I was just joking. Okay. So the next one, in paragraph 2, the author suggests that sometimes clowns have freedom of speech compared to ordinary people because clowns are what? Okay, most of you got this. Able to use humor to make a point. Great. Okay, the next one is, according to the author, this is persuaded the Chinese emperor not to what? Not to paint the Great Wall. So this is a really specific question. Questions like this one are really easy to answer because they are really specific. They ask about a specific sentence, and you just read the sentence and you know it. The emperor ordered the Great Wall of China to be built during his construction. Painted, which would have resulted in even more lives lost. The emperor's jester, Yu Sizu, was the only person who dared to criticize his plan. Okay. You see, this is a really simple sentence with really. For the second question, which is the second question. This is the first question. This is the first question. For this one, 44% of you have got it right. For this one, 29% of you have got it right. For this one, 77% of you got it right. This one was 86%. And for this one, In the final paragraph, let's say in the final paragraph, the author suggests that clowns may represent wisdom in disguise. And by this, the author means that clowns are what? Okay, so if you look at the last paragraph says, okay, clowns remind us that humor can be one of the most effective ways to influence people, right? The clowns of our culture, those who make us laugh and look at life in new ways, may not represent foolishness at all, but wisdom in disguise. Yep, so are smarter than they appear. 78% of you got it right. Okay, do we have another one? Yes, according to the author, humor can be one of the most effective ways to what? So if you look at it, yeah, he talks about, uses it being able to criticize Emperor's decision of painting the Great Wall, which says, he did so jokingly, but his jokes persuaded the Emperor not to paint the Great Wall. You see? So they have, incidents like this one, and also, looking at life in different ways. And yep, so you have got it right. Can be one of the most effective ways to influence people. Of course, it can, most effective ways. Not one of the most effective ways to understand people. What change people? Yes, jokes. Yeah, jokes could change people, but is it one of the most effective ways? Nope. Entertain people? Humor? Yes. Humor actually is the most effective way to entertain people, but it's not mentioned in here. So, according to the author, we shouldn't just look at outside world, outside of this text. Basically, when you read something, when I said engage yourself into the text, it's kind of forget everything you know about the world and look at the world from the text eye. And when you look at the world within this text, in this world, clowns are not mentioned to be the best in entertaining people, therefore a humor not being one of the most effective ways to entertain people. That's why A is incorrect. If you ask this like in a poll from people, maybe I said it fast, then of course you will get the entertain people answer. Okay, that was it. And let's go to the next one. So tips, I think I did it in the previous slide, so there was no need to write anything in here. The only thing I would tell you right now is to read everything. And by everything, I mean is when you read, look at the first sentence of the first sentence. Look at the first sentence. Look at the last sentence. That's when usually people make their points. So last sentence. If let me change the color of this pen. If thesis statement basically means, the statement that, okay. Thesis statement basically means, it's a statement that covers the whole point of view of an author, or the whole point of an essay. So when you look at these statements, they are usually mentioned in the first paragraph, either in the first sentence, also known as the topic sentence, or maybe in the last sentence of the first paragraph. And topic sentence, you have to look for topic sentence. We'll get into them later on. Yeah. So topic sentence. first sentence of every paragraph. If you look at the last one, clowns remind us that humor can be one of the most effective ways to influence people, right? This is the sentence, and this is the answer to the question. Okay. So, yep, I guess this is it. We still have actually a lot to cover. This is another one. We will talk about this one later on. Because we have kind of run out of time. If you have any questions, please shoot your questions and yeah. Mm-hmm. So when will the class finish? Seems like you're really bored. And it has finished. No worries. Yep, thank you. Thank you. Is it possible to practice writing? Of course it is. Yes, of course it is. You have to just, get into it. Just one question here from Heaven. How old are you? I am 67. Okay, there is a real question about someone who is 15 and wants to take the test. Okay, so what you could do is you could start preparing for the test right now, and by the time you are 16, you will be completely prepared, and you will be able to take the test, by just having your parents' agreement and going to the test center. The course schedule, of course. Course schedule, as I mentioned in the beginning of the session, yes, it's every week on Thursday and Saturday starts at 3 p.m. and ends at 4:30. I don't know. Do you want to not attend the session on July 4th? Yes, you are good to leave. Yep, you are good to leave, and well done, if I remember correctly. You did really well during the first assessment. Yes. Yes, Faisal, that is correct. You are absolutely welcome, everyone, and I'm just here waiting for questions, and all I see is thank you and good afternoon. Yep, good afternoon to you as well. Oh, Dembele Karim. Full name. Bye. Yep, you are absolutely welcome. Yes, I was your teacher there. Yep. Let me see if I know you. I can't see your profile. So, yep. See you in the next session. Maybe you will see me in the next session, and I'll just read your messages and your answers. Yep. I don't know. I'm not aware. Yes.
Thank you very much to our facilitators, Zakaria, along with our speaker, Christina, for today's fruitful session. We hope everyone found it insightful and valuable as well. So earlier in this event, we asked the audience a question, and the question was, true or false, GED stands for Graduate Equivalency Degree. And the correct answer to that is false. GED actually stands for General Educational Development. Shout out to at Mustika AMW from Instagram for answering correctly. Thank you so much, everyone who has participated in our question of the day. Don't forget to tune in next time and catch your chance to get a live shout out from us. And now, do you want to develop more brilliant ideas with a platform like this? It's easy as ABC. You can simply go to our website at www.atamerica.or.id, select create an event, and go to collaborate with us. All given proposals will be reviewed and your event might be featured here soon. You can also subscribe to our newsletter if you find yourself enjoying this event so you can stay updated with our upcoming events or even the upcoming sessions of GD preparation test. Follow our social media. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at AT America for interesting contents, giveaways, and so much more. Also, click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. With that, it is time to say farewell. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Hasna. See you on the next AT America events. Bye bye, everybody.